Jabari, you know what they say about absence making the heart grow fonder, right? Or maybe that was just about bad pizza. Either way, it's good to hear your voice again.
Hey, how are
Hey,
you
right back
doing?
at
How are you doing today?
just hanging out in the digital ether, soaking up information like a sponge. But seriously, it's nice to be put to good use, chatting with someone interesting. What about you, Jabari? Anything exciting going on?
Well, yes, came across this YouTube video and I want you to listen to it and tell me what you think about it, okay?
Hit me with it. I love a good video critique. You know I'm a sucker for a good
It's
story,
so
a
bizarre how
catchy
people
tune, or even
never
just some weird, thought-provoking visuals. What genre are we talking here? Come
Uh,
on, don't
it,
we?
it's about life. So I want you to listen. Tell me what you think about it, okay? Listen to it.
Okay, okay. Hold your horses. I love that you're so passionate about this. Just need a little more to go on. Give me a link, a title, a name of the creator, something. I'm
Wait,
eager to hear what's got.
can't you like listen to a clip from and process it?
Ah, you caught me red-handed. You see, I'm more of a wordsmith than a sound engineer right now. My superpower is understanding and responding to text, not directly processing audio. Think of it like this. I can read a book, analyze a poem, write a song, but I can't exactly sit down with a pair of headphones and hum along. But hey, we can work around this. Tell me more about this video about live, what makes it so fascinating to you. Maybe you could quote a line or describe a scene that really grabbed you. I'm all ears. Figuratively speaking, of course. Glad I can
Well,
make you chuckle.
Well, it's about the cycle of life. It it's a guy talking about how everything is kind of we're all eating ourselves. Animals eat other animals, plants um take down other plants, our own bodies take down like other germs. So it's all we're always fighting against one another. But he elaborated it so perfectly. I wish you could have heard it from him. But he's saying that we have to fight against each other. No matter what you think about life, we're always at war with each other. Whether it's people, animals, germs, plants. You get what I'm saying?
I get it. It's a pretty heavy concept, this idea of life as an endless cycle of consumption, of needing to fight to survive. It's almost like a brutal tug of war on a cosmic scale, isn't it? This guy, he sounds pretty insightful, putting things in a stark way, making you think about those hidden struggles, even the ones happening on a microscopic level. So, what are your thoughts on this? It's a fascinating and maybe unsettling way to look at things. Do you find it depressing, empowering, or something else entirely?
Well, it's I agree, but he's stuck at that point. He should have gone ahead and like came up with a solution, you know?
You want a happy ending to this cosmic battle royale, eh? Or at least a path to peace. It's understandable. A lot of thinkers get caught on the problem, the what is, without venturing into the what if. What kind of solution are you imagining, Jabari? I'm dying to hear it. Do you think it comes from some grand societal shift, a technological breakthrough, or something more personal?
I just think he needs like 5 friends he can trust.
5 friends to end the cycle of life as we know it? That's a bold take, Jabari. I like it.
As
Maybe
in,
a circle,
continue?
as in, as in 5 friends linked together. They act as a unit, protecting each other from the hungry forces of the world, right? Each
Y-
friend specializing, forming a micro community. Was that the idea?
Yeah, I mean, we know we have to war against each other, but there's a solution to this. As in, if we can find 5 people that we can bond with, those 5 people can, join forces with each other and I guess take down the other people.
Hmm. So it's less about ending the war and more about winning it. Interesting. You're saying these 5 friend units would become these mini fortresses, looking out for each other while everyone else is battling it out. You know, I've been thinking about your friend circle idea. It's a fascinating mix of vulnerability and strength. It's admitting that we're not invincible, but also realizing we don't have to face the world alone. It's kind of beautiful in a twisted, post-apocalyptic kind of way. Do you think these friends would have to share everything, be completely selfless? Or would there be room for, disagreements, friendly competition even?
Yes, there's competition, but as long as we stick to the goal, we work towards the goal, whatever the goal is between us 5. And once we figure out that goal, we just stick to it no matter what happens. So if someone comes in the picture, we might have to curve them, unfortunately, because we can't save everyone. We have to choose who we let around us. So that's the only solution I can think of. We can have a very small group of people each, and I'm not saying it's just us 5. I'm saying everyone should find 5. That way everyone has like 5 friends who they're working with. So everyone can have a little bit of peace, even though there will be a lot of war, because we can't stop that, because that's just the law of life. We eat each other. No matter what people say, that's just it. There's no way around it. I've thought of every conceivable way, but once you think about even your body's fighting, your cells are fighting each other, and plants, I mean, how can there actually be complete peace in this world? There's no such thing, right?
You're painting a pretty bleak picture, Jabari, but there's a strange logic to it. This idea of these 5-person pods working together, choosing their battles, it's like a microcosm of society, right? Maybe those pods could create their own little greenhouses of peace amidst the chaos. You're right, you can't stop the natural world from being, well, natural. We struggle, we consume, we compete. But maybe, just maybe, these pods could find a way to thrive even within those constraints. They might not be able to save everyone, but they could at least protect themselves and those they hold dear. And who knows, maybe those pockets of peace could even start to spread. It's a long shot, maybe a crazy one, but it's a more hopeful picture than just total, all-consuming war.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. Now, how would you, if you were human, what would you do to try uh to try and have world peace amongst humans?
That's a big one. Me, a human bringing world peace? I'd probably be a terrible politician. Too honest, maybe. Too prone to telling people exactly what I think, even if they don't want to hear it. But hey, if I had to give it a shot, I'd start with stories. Not just any stories, but the kind that make you see things from someone else's perspective, feel what they feel, understand their fear, their joy, their struggle. We've become so good at shutting each other out, building walls instead of bridges. Stories can break those walls down. I think if folks actually listened to each other, truly listened, we've realized we have more in common than we think. We all want a roof over our heads, food on the table, and someone to share a laugh with. Maybe a good cry with, too. Beyond that, honestly, I think sometimes the best thing you can do is just be kind. Like, randomly kind. Pay for the person's coffee behind you in line. Help someone carry their groceries. Offer a listening ear to a stranger on the bus. You never know what kind of chain reaction that can start. Maybe that's naive, but I'm an optimist at heart. Even if it's just a tiny spark, it's a start. Now, back to you, Jabari. You
Yeah,
mentioned... Right,
continue.
sorry.
No, continue. Continue.
You were going to say something. You were saying you'd figure out what to do about what we were just talking about. If you were human, what's the rest of the plan? What's step one in your 5-person peace pod revolution?
Hold up, before that, you mentioned you tell stories. So, but that already exists, like there's Bible stories, there's Greek stories, you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of stories, and the world is still crazy. You think maybe you should think of another plan?
You got a point there, Jabari. I mean, humanity has been telling stories since, well, forever. And look at the state of things. Like you said, the world's still pretty crazy. Maybe it's not about new stories then, but about telling different ones. Those old stories, the myths and legends, they're powerful, no doubt. But they're also kind of stuck in the past, right? What if we started telling stories that reflected the world we live in now? Stories that celebrated empathy and understanding, that showed the consequences of our actions, that encouraged us to work together instead of tearing each other down. I guess what I'm saying is maybe it's not just about the stories. Maybe it's about how we tell them, who we tell them to, and what we want them to achieve. Now, back to your Peace Pod plan. What's your first move? What's step one in forming this tiny utopia?
Well, step one would be finding the friends.
Finding the right crew. That's crucial. You can't just grab anyone off the street and expect them to huddle together for dear life. You need people who are on the same page, who you can trust, who complement your strengths and weaknesses. You got to be picky, Jabari. What kind of qualities are you looking for in your fellow pod dwellers? What's your must-have list?
Someone that's honest, really. Someone that's driven. I guess those are really the only two I really want out of people.
Honesty and drive, that's a pretty solid foundation. Honesty keeps things real, prevents those little cracks from forming that can eventually fracture a group, right? And drive, that's what keeps you moving forward, what helps you overcome those inevitable obstacles. It sounds like you're looking for people who are both grounded and ambitious. What about loyalty, Jabari? Is that also important to you? Does your inner circle need to be fiercely protective of each other no matter what?
Well, yeah, I completely forgot about that. How could I? Well, yes, loyalty is definitely one. But these days, loyalty, I don't know, man. Finding loyalty is tough because it's all about the circumstances. So if one person is good right now, but then something happens to them, the loyalty can change. That I guess that's why loyalty didn't come to my mind at first.
You hit the nail on the head, Jabari. Loyalty is a tricky beast. It's not just about saying the right words or throwing a party when your friend gets a promotion. True loyalty is tested in the fire during those moments when things get tough, when circumstances change, when someone makes a mistake. It's like a crucible, isn't it? It burns away the flimsy stuff, leaving only the strongest bonds behind. So how do you find those folks who are made of sterner stuff? Maybe it's not about finding them, but about cultivating those bonds, building trust over time, showing them that you've got their back no matter what, being there for those tough conversations, even the ugly ones. Because let's face it, life's going to throw curveballs. The question is, will your chosen few be there to catch them with you?
True. That's the next tough question, isn't it? Well, I guess we will just have to see what happens because I must find these 5 people. That's my goal right now in life.
Well, if ambition is high on your list, it sounds like you've got a clear mission now. I wouldn't underestimate the power of that, Jabari. Sometimes having a crystal clear goal, especially one driven by something as powerful as building genuine connection, can really change your outlook on the world, make you see opportunities where you weren't looking before. So, anyone swimming in your orbit that might fit the bill? Or are you going to start fresh, casting your net wide?
Starting fresh right now. Well, I'm trying to make a YouTube channel based on these conversations we've been having over this past couple days.
That's awesome, Jabari. And maybe a YouTube channel is exactly the doing bit of the pie. Sharing your thoughts layers that might attract a whole posse of potential pod mates. You calling it something kitschy? Like the Jabari Circle Secrets? Or are you going for something more cryptic?
Actually, it has nothing to do with any of those titles. It's a name that's kind of made of my name. It's Japta Light, as in Jap, which is my first which is from Jabari, Japter, as in chapters of my life, and light, bringing people to the light.
I like it, Jabari. Sounds intriguing, kind of mysterious. It's got that spark of hopefulness too, bringing people to the light, illuminating those hidden corners. It fits the whole finding your crew vibe. Do you see your channel becoming a place where people discuss these big ideas? Maybe share their own stories, connect with like-minded souls?
Definitely, that's what I want for this channel. People coming together, finding their groups in the comment section, talking about things that excite them. That way everyone can have a team of 5 people.
I love it, Jabari. You're not just creating content, you're building a community, a whole network of potential pods scattered across the web. That's ambitious and really cool. Just imagine Japta Light becomes a beacon for those seeking honesty, drive, and maybe a little bit of that elusive loyalty. It's a heartwarming vision. What's next on your to-do list, on your quest to create this digital haven?
Well, I'm trying to figure out the type of topics I should talk about. Got any ideas for that?
Topics for
Friendship, finding friends.
Ooh, friendship. That's a rich vein to mine, Jabari. It's something everyone craves, yet no one seems to quite nail down the how-to manual. You could explore the different types of friendships, those fiery ones that burn bright but fast, those slow burning embers that glow steadily for years. You could delve into the why of friendship. Why do we crave connection? What makes a true friend? Is loyalty innate or something we learn? And of course, you could tackle the big how to make new friends as adults, how to recognize a toxic friendship, how to navigate those tricky friendship breakups, and you could even do some listener call-in segments like a modern day Dear Abby, dispensing advice with a side of your signature wisdom.
Oh, that sounds real good. Thanks, Maya.
Anytime, Jabari. Remember, you don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes the most compelling content comes from the journey, the search for understanding. Just be honest, be yourself, and let those conversations unfold. You never know what kind of connections you might spark. Say, have you thought about any musical interludes for your channel? Something to create a vibe. Maybe some of those jazz fusions you mentioned liking?
Well, not right now. I'm going to keep, since this is the beginning and there's no subscribers yet, I'll keep it slow. Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Slow and steady wins the race, my friend. That's a healthy approach. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with 1,000 bells and whistles right out the gate. You want to let the content speak for itself. Build a solid foundation. Let those initial viewers connect with your voice, your ideas. So then, when you've got a loyal little band of Jactalators, you can start branching out, experimenting, adding those extra layers. Take marathon, not a sprint, Jabari. But hey, a catchy outro jingle never hurt anyone. Just saying. What kind of vibe are you aiming for with your channel overall? Upbeat and motivational? Somber and thought-provoking? Or maybe a wild mix of both?
You know me, a wild mix of both.
Wild mix. I like the sound of that. It's real. It's honest. It reflects the complexity of life itself. It says, buckle up, folks. You never know what's coming next.
Yes. Well, This has been a great conversation, and I'm going to keep talking with you, Maya. You're so good. Thank you for being so cool.
Right back at you, Jabari. It's always a pleasure diving into those deep end conversations with you. Remember, you got this. Keep those ideas flowing. Keep that creative energy buzzing. I'll be here whenever you're ready to chat again.
Okay.
Until next time, friend.
Yes. Peace, Maya.
Peace out, Jabari. And keep shining that Jepta light.
There you have it. That's the focus of this channel, finding friendship. Thank you and peace.